All right, guys, with all those games in the books, it is now time to take a look at our debut of our Heisman Trophy Power Rankings. We're going to give you our initial top 10, so let's start with our 6 through 10 rankings. And we start at number 10 with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the wide receiver for Stanford, who in their first game, 3 touchdowns and 220 yards. He was a beast, making up for what Bryce Love couldn't do. And number 9, it was Mckenzie Milton, the quarterback for the national champion UCF Knights. Mckenzie Milton was great, 5 touchdowns in his first game of the season. At number 8, we have Dwayne Haskins taking over for J.T. Barrett in Ohio State. He looked fantastic in Ohio State's first game. Ton of points for Ohio State, scoring 70+ in their first game of this season without Urban Meyer. At number 7, it's Will Grier. I seem to be the only guy left on the Will Grier bandwagon, but him and David Sills connected a lot in West Virginia's first win of the season. He looked fantastic. At number 6, we have Khalil Tate, because we can't just leave him off the list quite yet. Let's go to number 5. We have Justin Herbet, the quarterback out of Oregon. He was going to be this good last year, but would deal with some injury issues along with a couple other offensive issues for the Oregon Ducks. But so far, so good for the Oregon Ducks starting quarterback. He was fantastic in their games this weekend. 281 passing yards, 41 rushing yards, and a touchdown on the day. He looked fantastic for the Oregon Ducks. Also added a couple passing touchdowns in there as well. Let's go to number 4 on our list. It's Ronnie Anderson. Now, he only had 5 carries on the day, but it was very clear he was the best player on the field from the first snap. 5 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a long of 65 yards on the day. He looks primed for a massive season in Oklahoma Sooners offense that really needs a leader with Baker Mayfield gone. I know that all the attention is on Kyler Murray. I understand that he's the big name on this offense, but do not forget about Ronnie Anderson. He was fantastic for the Sooners last year and looked equally as good today, and I would expect him to really start putting up some crazy numbers for Oklahoma this season. Let's go to number 3. I know he didn't get off to a great start, but we just can't leave him out of our top 5 after the incredible season he had last year. It's Bryce Love, the running back out of Stanford. Bad first game for him. 18 carries for only 29 yards, a long rush of 14 yards. He did not break off one of those crazy long runs that we saw him break off so many times last season. But again, we can't just leave him off after one bad game. This is Bryce Love. He was incredible last year, and I still expect him to have a great game this year. If you watched it, it was very clear that Stanford's opponents were trying to shut down the run game. They were stacking the box and allowed Keller Chris to throw over the top and get the ball to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who ended up with 3 touchdowns on the night. So if they're stacking the box against the run, it's going to open up the pass for Stanford, and they came away with the win anyway. Let's go to number 2 on our list. It is Tua Tagovailoa. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle your seatbelts. We are in line for one incredible season from Tua. Coming off that great national championship game, especially and obviously in the second half, he looked stellar in Alabama's first game, getting the start over Jalen Hurts. He was incredible. 12 of 16, 227 passing yards, 26 rush yards, and 3 touchdowns. One of his passing touchdowns was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. He's basically a player straight out of Madden. He had multiple rushers coming at him. He did basically a full spin in the backfield and found a guy in the back corner of the end zone. He is going to be one of the most exciting players in all of college football to watch this season. He is going to be a name to watch this year for the Heisman Trophy. But he wasn't good enough for our number 1 player, and at number 1, we have Wisconsin running back Jonathan Taylor. Look, at this guy, not only is this guy the number 1 player for Wisconsin, one of the best teams in the country, he's also the best running back in college football right now. Every single game, it seems like we get almost the exact same stat line. 18 carries, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a long run of 47 yards. This is what this guy does. He absolutely dominates on the ground. He dominates in the Big Ten. He dominates against everyone. He, for my money, is the best running back in college football. So watch out for Jonathan Taylor. He is our leader for the Heisman Trophy after the first weekend of college football. So one more time, here's our top 5. Jonathan Taylor at 1, Tua Tagovailoa at number 2. Bryce Love at number 3. I know he had a bad first game, but he will rebound. At number 4, we have Ronnie Anderson. And at number 5, we have Oregon's quarterback, Justin Herbert. A reminder for everyone, head to chatsports.com/bet and use our promo code CHAT120 to get a 120% deposit bonus, meaning you give $100 and you deposit it with BetDSI, you get $120 for a grand total of $220. So again, head to chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code CHAT120.